Kim,
Yes.
welcome to Wild Wednesday. I know
Well,
we're
Wednesday.
recording on a Monday, but it'll be out on Wednesday.
That's fine.
I want people to know you
Yes.
because you're
Well, you-
fabulous.
well,
And
thank you. I only run in a circle with fabulousness. So, honey, that's why we where we at when we do, and how we did it. You know what I'm saying?
boom, true. I know. I think game recognized game.
That, you know what? Me and my husband just started a t-shirt company, and I got to get that on there. Thank you.
Game recognized game. Because when I see it, I love it. I don't hate on it. I'm like
Exactly.
doing it. So I want my people to meet Kim Sims Batiste. Did I say your name correctly?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
She is all the things. So for those of you who are living in the Bay Area and you think you're a hip hopper and you don't know Kim, there's a problem. There's a disconnection.
Ah,
She is the embodiment of hip hop. This is the mother of soul here in the Bay Area. She has
oh,
not only raised some stars, but continues to pass on her lineage by teaching professionals how to either get into the game or how to make sure that they're buttoned up and tight. So you've been Nike Elite, right? Ambassador,
mhm.
director of Culture Shock for years, which is
26 years.
26 years.
Culture
Your
shock. Yep.
your daughter Dominique, excuse me. She's danced with all. I mean, okay, let me just name a few because now I'm just gonna be buttering your biscuit too much, right? We're just gonna name a few. So Janet, Cardi B, Sierra, JoJo, just to name a few of the people that she's danced with. And I remember her, because our daughters are the same age, so I remember her dancing with you when you were in class. So
Right, and her, they over in the corner running around or busting a move ever so often. Yep, that's her.
yeah. And I mean, there's so much more I can say, but definitely I've seen you as a leader, as someone I can look to in the Black community, and they're few and far between. At least being in San Francisco, Oakland is a bit different, but even then, like it would be you and I in the gym as far as the only Black people I would see for years.
Exactly. For
Um,
years.
so when I saw you, I had to like give you mad love, and I saw what you were doing and the joy you would bring to everything you do. Also as a community advocate, and then you always had a crew of kids.
Always. Always. I literally took account just off of what I could, a lineage of my different troops over the years. And I've been in contact with and mentored, taught dance to over 3,000 kids in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And that's just like, oh, let me make sure I connect this person to get that person. I'm not talking about the ones that, maybe just came and gone, but
Sure.
well over 3,000 kids.
I mean, that's
And
phenomenal.
and a good percentage of them have turned over and danced with me as adults as well. Some of them have coached through their careers in LA, including my daughter. I manage my daughter. So yeah, it's in my blood. It's in my
And
blood.
you even choreographed for Dancing with the Stars, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes. I choreographed a routine. It was actually the very first hip hop routine that had ever been on Dancing with the Stars. So I choreographed it for Zendaya, who was an Oakland native, born and raised, came up dancing with me. So when she wanted someone to choreograph it, she called the woman that taught her how to dance. So I did that routine, and it got all 10 stars, or however it is, 10 stars for each one.
Of course it did.
Yeah, of course it did. And like I said, it was the first hip hop routine that had ever even been on Dancing with the Stars. So me and my daughter actually choreographed it too. So yeah.
That's phenomenal. So that's a lot about you. I mean, there's so much more that you do. I definitely look up to you and look to you as Black leadership here in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area,
Thank you.
Beyond. But I think there's a couple of things you and I have just chatted about, and I love how, I have to say you've got a good set of cojones, woman, because I watch you on social media and you are like, biatch, you are like, you know what? I am not standing for this. And I was like, damn, I wish I could say that. Wish I could say that.
It's funny you should say that, because I had a member of mine that contacted me, and she kind of said the same thing in an incident where she was empowered with the fact that she felt like she had the spirit of Kim in her because she had never defended herself in public, and got into an incident where, you know, there was a Karen going off on this woman, and she said she jumped in and was like, you know, listen, Mitch, you are not going to sit here and talk to her like that. And, you know, she just went through and helped defend this woman through this whole Karen situation. And she said she had to come right home because all she kept thinking is all she needed to do was go 5, 6, 7, 8 so she could start her cardio kickboxing moves that she knew from my class, just in case this Karen got out of line. And I
She's
told
all
her, I
counting
wish
in
she
her
would
head.
have recorded. Right, I would love to have just put that on my website. I would have put that on my website for her. You know what I'm saying? Because that's motivation, that you felt like not only were you going to look after somebody of another race, you were looking after a Black woman, but then on top of that, you had no space to be trying to jump in and fight nobody. But I empowered you to feel strong enough to, you know, that to me, that's a lot. You know, I'd have hated if she got her ass whooped, but but she.
But
But
we
she felt
appreciate you.
empowered. So
Yeah, and we
yeah.
appreciate you for keeping it real on social media. I
Oh
was like,
yeah, you
this
got
woman.
to. It's 2020. We have no choice in the matter but to keep it real now. It's so much going on in the world that, you know, it's, if you ain't rolling in a circle with people that are keeping it real, like I should be able to walk up to you, Vanessa, and be like, hey girl, that ain't popping, you know. And because we've got that love for being able to take care of each other, that's not a problem with me coming to you, because I don't ever want to feel like I have to be anything less than who I am to be able to come and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well,
yeah.
and that brings up a pretty good point, because I do feel like I've had to edit, and this is probably why I love following you. I don't follow everybody on social media. I tell you, this is how I do my social media, Kim. Just so you know, you get special props. I'm like, okay, because I'm trying not to waste too much time. I'm here just so people see me. But okay, cool, dog picture, next. But I will stop on a few, and I stop at you because of that. So for me,
Thank you.
you're welcome. No, seriously, you're welcome. So for me, I felt like I've had to edit myself. I've had people tell me I was too urban.
Ooh.
No, remember, that was a comment card. I got a comment card in Palo Alto. Equinox, I
In Palo
love you.
Alto.
Equinox, I love you, but I did get this. My manager had to pull me aside and say, so I got a comment card. It wasn't something I could work on. Like, so, you know, her music was too loud, or she was not on beat, or she didn't say hi. It wasn't none of that. She's very urban. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that comment. Like, does that mean I'm Black?
Oh.
So these are for me, it's been like these little microaggressions over time, and I've just had to eat it and eat it and eat it. So it's been beautiful to watch this social uprising and like community, just like outcry of what's happening, especially in our industry. So I'm curious to know if you've felt that. I know you have, and like how we battle health and wellness, knowing that there's only a few of us right now.
Well, you know, this has bothered me for a while, and I hold myself at fault in the fact that I haven't addressed this with the platform that I do have. Now, I didn't address this beforehand. There is not enough representation of Black females in the fitness industry that another Black female can look up to and want to follow. I say this on a professional end, and I say this also kind of like in gyms, even though I know I've been happy to see a lot more Black females working out and seeing the videos, and, you know, some of them I'm like, oh, okay, you know, sister got it cracking. You know, then I see some like, you know, oh, okay, that was cute. And then I see some that I'm like, oh, if I could just get her to call me, or I could get in contact with her. So I could tell her that, you know, you're bending over wrong. Your knees aren't in a 90-degree angle. You're doing exercises that at 400 pounds you shouldn't be doing to get the results that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, but why aren't the other people that are on the social media wheel? Why aren't we passing that on? Because we haven't been a system of Black women that pass it on. We've gone through the industry of having to survive. The bodies that these girls now have, me and you had to fight through the industry that it was okay. It was okay to have big boobs and a big ass and be strong and have biceps and, and hold your chest up and your chin up. That it was it's always good for a white woman to be that way. There's no doubt about that, because they're the ones that are featured. We're not featured. So we don't have the platform for other Black women to look at us and go, okay, well, let me stop and look at her. Okay, no, she's not, this girl over here, but for some reason she's out in this forefront. So let me look at her. They're not looking at us the way that they're supposed to, because we're not that picture that's in that social wheel. That's why the fitness industry to me is tainted, because you're not representing the Black woman from head to toe. You're just not.
Yeah, we're definitely, if you look at, and Yoga Journal's gotten a lot of mess for this, but you look through the Yoga Journal pages and it's a bunch of, and my skinny white girls are my friends. I'll say it, like,
right, yeah, I got plenty of skinny white girls that will come from Norway to come and be with me, and I'll tell them in class with your little skinny ass, just like I tell them on social media, just like I tell them in an email. So it's nothing about, if anybody ever believed I had anything a problem with that, not at all. No. But I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. But so I feel like health and wellness in general, since I don't see us represented, I don't see us in the rooms. So I've taught classes, I say this all the time, for over 20 years, and we're not showing up. I'm half Mexican, half Black. Where are my Latinas? Except for Zumba. When Zumba came out, I was like, there was Latin people in the room all of a sudden.
And Zumba wanted me to be an ambassador for them. Like, I'm talking about when it first kicked off, back in Jim Carana's days, and he was like, I have to leave that up to you, KB, because I don't know if that's if you're gonna represent the way that you want. And I turned down being a hip hop ambassador for them, because I knew that they were never going to correctly represent it if they didn't have the right people to do it from the top to the bottom. You wanted me to go and talk to whoever this guy is so that he could tell me how to do my hip hop class, but you don't teach hip hop. Okay, I'm cool. I'm good. I don't want to do that. And everybody, oh, don't you wish that you had stuck? Nope. No, no, I don't.
I think now is our time. We've got enough tenure. I don't have to pair myself with another company necessarily.
No.
As much as I like to enjoy my partnerships, I like my partnerships, but I'm a little bit over trying to say this is what I'm worth.
Right.
This is what I can do. Like, I've already proven that. That's done. Now I'm turning to women like yourself and my leaders and saying, you know what? Let's create our own certifying body. You know what? Let's create our own certifications. You know what? Let's have our own conventions.
I agree. I have so many things go through my head when I get meetings like this, or like our meeting that we, had last week. So many different ideas of ways to be able to pull us together. It's just like, now we've got to really get those people that are the leaders to take the time to do it. And it's going to take some time and work if it's something that we're really passionate about doing. But if we want that representation that's going to follow us, that's going to be our legacy, then it needs to come from us. It can't be off of the social media wheel that everybody gets on there and learns one part of your butt because you want it to stick out. Like, that's not fitness, y'all. Y'all are just pretty. I'll give that to you. Y'all are pretty. You're the pictures that everybody wants to see, but it's not real. It's not real. And you know how I validate it too? You know what I do? I show it to my husband. And I go, oh, how's she looking? He'll sit there and critique it and break it down. And then I'll be like, okay, so, there's people out there that know the difference. And that's the difference that we have to educate our other Black females about, so that they can make a career of this, and the money is there. Look at what we've done over all these years. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the fitness industry has paid me, not every time what I was worth, but they have paid me, but I worked to get to where I'm at. You can't call me and just think that I'm coming to do something for a menial amount of money. I'm not doing it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be that, we are getting those people that are going to follow in our legacy, so we can pass that dollar to them.
Yeah, there's definitely value in this career. I've been able to travel the world. I know you have.
Girl.
Doing fitness, it's not something that I saw myself doing, and I feel like a lot of, at least my African American and Latin community, is stuck with, I want to be the musician or I want to be the superstar necessarily. But there's such a career path in fitness that people, at least for me, the lineage I want to pass on is like, there's more here to be had than just being the face, like on the production side, on the management side, on the finance
Exactly.
side, like
Oh my goodness.
manufacturing.
And it, and the production part of it, when you learn how to be able to do something for yourself, the pride that you have behind that is
Mm.
what I want to see more young Black men and women get a hold of. Latinas, I want y'all to see the end result in your smile on what it is when you've accomplished something that you were able to do on your own. You didn't need Mister to do it for you. You found out, you did the groundwork, you laid that out. Like I just launched my new resistance bands. Everybody's got them out there. But for me, it was, I did it from the beginning. From the beginning all the way to the end, to when they got here, to me packaging them, to me going and doing the mailing and sending them out, going back and forth to the post office. Like that pride that I had with being able to do that. Like I got to get up, I got to take my bands to the post office. You know, I want that celebration for others. I'm starting with my people. I'm starting with my people. I got to give that back to them now so that they have it.
So let's talk about that. What are you doing now for your community, of dancers, and where's the future of Kim Sims Batiste and the you know the show that is you? Because when you come on the scene, like, watch out.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is that, you know, I'm okay. So going back to what you first asked was, you know, what was I doing as far as giving back? Every day I give back to my dancers. I start with. I've got about 30 people right now that I'm doing a 30-day challenge with for free. And I mean, I'm giving them workouts every day. I'm holding little informational meetings to give them information about how to, you know, keto eating and intermittent fasting. And I got a cupping and an AI stretch and like, you know, putting a lot of time and energy. And I'm doing it myself because I kept telling a lot of my young Black dancers, I can't keep telling you to do something if I'm not doing it myself. So get ready, because in 30 days, you ain't gonna be able to fuck with me, is what I told them pretty
Oh,
much.
oh, oh.
So, so but it's a way for me to be able to educate them that it's keeping them interested. They're so elated about what I'm doing with them that they're taking in all of this good information that they would be paying hundreds of thousands, hundreds or thousands of dollars to get from a convention or from a workshop outside of there, that I'm giving them in this, just in this 30 days. And I made it a requirement. Like if I told them, go buy a set of 10-pound and 15-pound dumbbells. I don't care how broke you are. This is an investment in yourself. Go and get those dumbbells. No questions asked. Everybody got their dumbbells. You're going to go and you're going to do this and this and this. Okay. But I'm doing it with them. So that's what I want to do, is to be able to hold workshops and us have our own convention and, you know, our own everything, how to do music editing, you know, like all of that. I want to be able to take that all into one big warehouse. And this is where you come. You want to get it good, this is where you come. So that's where I want to be able to take my legacy and then incorporate, you know, I've got people like Zendaya, my daughter, who are stars in their own right, that are always willing to give back and always wanting to speak to young people, and that type of influence, you know, because I'm not gonna lie. In about a good 5 years, I'm trying to told you, I'm gonna be on my sofa watching Law and Order season 35. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to, no, you all got about another good 5 years, and then it's gonna be you calling me like Oprah. Oh, we need you in Florida on dinner. Okay, I'll be there. Bye. You know what I'm saying? That's where I wanted to go. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm giving y'all another 5 years of all this goodness that's been built over these last, by that time I'll be 55. So yeah, by the time I'm 55, I want to be that star that you call once a month to go somewhere, to go do this.
You hear that, people? You better
Mhm.
get on the Kim train now,
Mm.
because 5 years,
Keep playing.
you're gonna have to
In
take a
5
number.
years, it's gonna go like that.
Yes.
It's gonna go like that.
Well,
You
I'm gonna
know.
be all over you like white on rice, just so you know.
Oh, girl, you're gonna be there right there with me. You think you're gonna be there right there with me? Quit playing. Quit playing. This is ours to take. This is ours to take. We just have to set the ground for it to be taken. That's just it. Yeah, like our new. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. The club that we both worked for years just sold their final last club, which I've been at that club for 29 years. In those doors for 29 years. I've walked in those doors damn near every day for 29 years. And when they sold it, I could not have been happier because it was time for them to go and it was for time for me to go.
Yes.
That connection for so many years kept me tied in and not leaving, because I was exclusive to them for years. They paid for that exclusivity. Let's all just understand that. Kim wasn't no fool. They paid for that exclusivity, rightfully so, because they got the show. I'm gonna be real. They got the show monkey, who I had celebrities around me. I was doing this and that and the other. I had the largest community outreach dance company in the Bay Area. So you all were getting something off of me too. We ain't gonna play dumb around these parts. But anyway, I was connected. I was so tied into them and what their energy of what I was supposed to be doing, that when they broke off, I no longer even really want to go into the building.
Yeah, good.
There's
It's
no
time.
need for me to be there. So
done.
It's gonna come grassroots. I have an opportunity coming up where a friend of mine and a member that used to be at that club is giving me a space to kind of do whatever I need to do. I can build a business within that. Me and my husband just started a t-shirt business. That's a t-shirt. We're gonna hit the ground running in a minute and get that set up and going. Can't nobody come out of this pandemic and you still preaching about what you didn't have back in February.
Right.
Right.
I launched a magazine. The podcast has been going for 2 years. Like, I launched a magazine through this. It is tight. I'm excited about it.
We need to get that out. We need to get that out, girl.
We're getting it out. But like, my point is, you're like me. Leaders mirror each other in the fact that they keep trying to figure out how to make it work. Mm-hmm. You know what? When one door closes, we're gonna open up 5 freaking more. That's real talk.
And get through it, and whichever one's gonna let us through, we get through that one, open up 5 more. Yep. Get through that one. So yeah, I'm really hoping that, this whole pandemic and everything that's going on will enlighten some Black folks to, wake up and take advantage of the space that you have to now fulfill some of these positions that we didn't have an option to fill before. So, but that's going to take you, having to prove yourself. Let's just be real. You're going to have to prove it. They're going to bring you in now, but now you're going to have to prove it. And that's going to have to be that you have done the research, educated yourself, and now you're ready to execute whatever you need to do to hold that position. But it's not going to be easy. And I'm really hoping that me and you, and there's, like what's that? Once you tell 2 friends, and then so on and so on. You know what I'm saying?
Was that Sell Some Blue? Oh my God, I'm dating myself.
Something like that. Yeah, it was whatever that old commercial was. But
all right.
But yeah, I'm really hoping that we can get that wheel, turn that wheel around for one, and then get it back in motion in the right direction with being able to educate and uplift a lot of people to get into position to do.
Yeah, I know you and I are both really, that's our focus as far as we sort of not end our careers, but as our careers change and grow, we don't have to be the rock stars anymore. We want to pass the torch. So if you're a dancer living in the Bay Area, or if you're just out there, if you're a sister, brother out there and you're doing hip hop, please look her up. How do they find you, Kim?
cultureshockoakland.org, www.cultureshockoakland, all one word, .org. You can always email me at, I'll just give him my OMG for my, because we didn't really talk about my fitness stuff, but I mean, my fitness business, but we can do that another time.
Yeah.
I'll come back and talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But you can reach me off of my website, www.omg, OMG, like, oh my God, but it's not, oh my God, it's one more again, OMG Live, live.biz. I know, I just couldn't keep it with just OMG. No, that means nothing to me.
One more, it's one more.
But one more again, that's what I tell everybody in my class. All right, y'all, one more again, OMG. So omglive.biz. And any interest in, you know, my youngest dancer starts at 6. My oldest dancer right now is 65. And then we have groups in between all of there. Mini Shock, Mighty Shock, Future Shock, Culture Shock, and Aftershock. So yeah, I cover the spectrum, and as soon as we can get back up and running and going, I'm hoping that we'll be back on the performance wheel, and you know.
Yeah, I know dance performance has taken a hit. I mean, a huge hit, just like fitness. So, you know, big, you know, hats off to you for keeping it going, keeping us inspired. Because I do see you. You're the one of the ones that I stop and I stare at for.
I get that double tap.
Yeah, the double tap. But that's all I've got today, because that's a lot to digest. I do want you all to reach out to Ms. Kim. Okay, she's doing the damn thing. So just do it.
Do it.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. All
right, I can turn it off.